Ah yes, comedy. The only thing to distract us from the depressing state of our lives. Ah yes, romance animes. The only thing that distracts us from the fact that we have no romance in our own lives. So what if we took these two genres and mixed them together? What would we get?
What have I done?
Created the cure for depression, my dear apprentice. It doesn't take a lot to figure out that Love is War is an amazing rom-com. It is the one that stands at the pinnacle of all animes. This anime either had me laughing till I ran out of breath, or kicking my legs on the bed like a schoolgirl. And I'm making this video just to gush about how much I like it. Shuchi'in Academy, a prestigious school where nobility is not important, and only the most intelligent get in. This anime follows Kaguya, who is the vice president of the student council at Shuchi'in Academy. She's from a family who has more money than Elon Musk. To say that she's a sheltered child would be an understatement. She's never had normal food not prepared by a professional chef, never had sex ed, and no experience dating. This is Miyuki. He's the president of the student council. He's a cheapskate who's ranked #1 at his school, and he's more organized than Marie Kondo. Only one problem. These two are both helplessly in love with each other. Well, that doesn't sound like that big of a problem. That's where you would be wrong. There's a winner and a loser in love. It all begins from the original confession. The one who confesses first will always be the bitch, and don't you ever forget it. It sounds an awful lot like you're too much of a pussy to ask someone out. Hey, you shut up. But more realistically, these two are too prideful to ask out the other, and these two will constantly go back and forth with schemes to get the other to confess their love. This is Chicka, or as I like to call her, the what factor. Because what the hell is she gonna do to screw things up this time? She's the happy-go-lucky upbeat character, who is the chaos factor of the anime. Finally, we have Ishigami, who is your typical otaku. Nobody really likes him in this anime, and there's nothing really special about him.
So that was a fucking lie.
I thought this was a rom-com. Why is this so sad? Also, there's another student, but meh.
It's joke.
So what makes this anime so phenomenal? Well, let me explain. So, light spoiler warning. First off, these characters have better chemistry than Lolicons and Prison. Since these characters are all so different, they play off each other so well. These two characters specifically. If you put these two in a room with Light Yagami, I guarantee you Light would confess his love to both of them first. Watching these two fight for the other to confess their love is more intense than the Naruto vs Sasuke fight. Let's talk comedy. Comedy is subjective, whether you find a stand-up comedian funny, or the political and economic state of the world right now. The point is, it's important to have a variety of jokes in order to reach all audiences, which is why the setup of this anime is perfect. Having 3 different stories in one episode, so if you don't get one episode because you're old and decrepit, there's another episode in 7 minutes. But what is the comedy in this anime? Perfection. That's what it is. The way that this anime operates is by using generic love tropes that we've all seen in movies and TV shows, whether it be the umbrella scene, how to ask a girl out, that awkward moment when a sick girl pulls you into bed with her. It's happened to all of us, right guys? You do realize we're just you edited in because you don't have anyone to voice act for you, right? It's honestly kind of sad. Yeah. My midlife crisis aside, the point is, by using generic tropes that we've all experienced, we relate to each episode and find it funnier than someone who's never experienced it. For example, I remember back when I was a freshman in high school, and my friends would always come up to me asking for romantic advice. Even though, like Miyuki, I was a mega virgin. Looking back, I probably gave them all crappy advice, which is probably why they were all teen moms. Huh. The point is, it's funnier because it's relatable. This anime also perfectly implements attention, because is it the end of the world if one of these two confesses? No, but it feels like it. With the addition of the windscreen at the end, it feels like the stakes are higher, which adds to the comedy. But it wouldn't be a comedy without twists, which is exactly what Chicka is for. These two, with all of their genius planning, always fails to plan out what Chicka is going to do, because she is unpredictable. Due to this, it leads to just randomness, such as randomly pulling out a lie detector, or a random rap battle. I think that the best way for me to explain this would be through an example. Let me take you to episode 1. Chicka won a pair of movie tickets for a romance movie, but her parents won't let her go, so she offers them to Kaguya and the president. Since the president is a cheapskate, of course he accepts, and like many of us when we first saw Haku and Naruto, we were trapped.
It's a trap!
Because it's a jinx if a man goes to the movies with a woman. It's a confession of love. But he already accepted the tickets and asked Kaguya to go. To back out now would mean that he believes in such jinxes and was flustered by the idea of it. However, little does he know that Kaguya set this whole thing up. She put the tickets in Chika's mailbox, and she was prepared for anything. Miyuki has no choice but to double down and say that jinxes don't matter to him. So Kaguya had no choice but to implement the skill, Miss Innocent, also known as the ability to manipulate men with expressions in the tone of their voice. The battle was all but over until... She offered other movie tickets. With their brains burnt out, the only way to win this battle was to get a steam bun off the table. What? Let's talk animation and voice acting. First off, I think that the animation went above and beyond. I mean, there was really no reason to do all of this, but it just adds so much to the anime and makes it so much better. The voice acting was also phenomenal, and we get things such as this.
Boy, there's no real easy way to say this, but you're a simp.
This anime could have bombed if it wasn't for the voice acting being as great as it is. And that's it. This anime is the cure to depression, the magnum opus of rom-coms, the final form of humor. Hello, Outro Lunar here. Click here if you want to see my channel. Click over here if you want to see my most recent video. Click over here if you want to see the recommended video. Alright, bye.